So we're going to our next excursion today. It's day 7, I think. Is it day 7? I don't know what day it is. I'm confused. I think it's day 7. I don't know. Yeah, but we're going to our next excursion. It's like a safari outback. So we're going to visit school, visit local community, visit a beach, and some other places. So I think it's a whole day excursion. So we didn't get proper breakfast. We came into this nice cafe and we just got some snacks. That's about it. It's really nice in here actually. I feel like getting a donut, but I feel like that'd be... Senor, can I get a sugary donut? Can I get... You're getting a white chocolate one? I don't usually eat like this in London, guys. When you're on holiday, you have to eat like this. Gracias. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for breakfast. The transfer comes like in 10 minutes, so we're gonna make our way up. I really like that they have this cool little cafe like Starbucks. Guys, I'm back with another voice note because I thought I would just actually explain what this excursion was, because I know I said safari outback, but I don't even think that's what it was. I don't know how to explain the excursion, but I'll explain the best I can. So basically, Mike, I'm not sure if that's the guy's name, but we're going to call him Mike. So Mike owns a company where he does excursions where you see the real Punta Cana, if that makes sense. So he's been living in Dominican Republic, I think, for like 15 years. Been living in Punta Cana for, I think, 8 of those years. And basically what he does is he picks up people from hotels and he shows them around like the ends. So we'll go deep into the ends. So like, you know, when you're staying in a resort, like it's all like westernized, it's all like Americanized even. So you don't get to see the country for itself. So basically this excursion was just to go to different parts of Punta Cana, like where the locals live. I think we go to a local school and we're just in the ends. Like, it's like, that's what this excursion was. So I don't know what the excursion was called. I can't remember. I will put it in the description below. But it was my favorite excursion out of all the excursions we did, because we got to see the country for what it is and we got to understand the history. So you might hear him say some bits and pieces, like informational pieces, and that's why.
So this is part of the daily diet.
Oh, plantain.
A piece of meat that's hanging back there with a bit of plantain. Those are the green bananas. There you go, washing machines as I speak. And curious enough, one of the hard things, strange things to get used to in this area is that we have power all the time because of tourism. The rest of the country has between 2 to 4 and sometimes up to 6 hours of power cuts almost every day. So people don't shop on a weekly basis; they shop on a daily. Why? They don't want to be mistaken for Haitians. Basically, it's because they're sworn enemies. They don't like each other, and they're sharing the same island. So you get certain instances sometimes, certain situations that come up because of that. And I'll explain a little bit more when we get to the school with the map to point out a few things. That's why, look at all your waitresses in your hotels tonight. No matter what hotel you're at, they all have straight hair. They don't want to be mistaken for, and if they're Dominican, then they most likely have long sleeve shirts. They don't want to tan, because if you tan, you get darker, looking more like a Haitian. think in the States they call it, if you got your hair straightened, they call it Dominican blowout. Because Dominican girls, including my daughter, when she was young, I mean, she started having her hair straightened when she was like 5. She's 20 now.
So we've finally come to the first part of our excursion where we're the local community. The kids are so cute. We're gonna go to the school in like I think 10 minutes time. But it's at the local market.
She does a very good job of managing it. No, is this all your first time?
So right now we were in the school and I was just showing like one side of the school. The school only had I think 4 classrooms altogether, but within those 4 classrooms it wasn't like set ages, so the school could be teaching 3-year-olds up until I think 15, 16. Just because there was no other school in this area of the community, so they tried to teach all age ranges so people's kids could have some sort of education. And it was very heartbreaking when the lady was explaining that under the new Dominican law, if a child is a Haitian and is an immigrant, so doesn't have any Dominican status in the Dominican Republic, the kids weren't allowed to be taught. So the little kids we saw in the market before, none of those kids were kicked out of the school under the new law because their parents are obviously immigrants in the Dominican Republic, so their kids weren't allowed to be taught anymore. And it was just heartbreaking just hearing that, knowing that once it was such a mixed classroom, now it's just mainly Dominican children that are being taught and Haitian children are just being left out really. And it just made me like stop and take a step back and realize, there's so much more to life than when we go on holidays and we're in these like resorts just chilling and relaxing. Like, it was so nice to be able to come and donate stuff as well to the school.
We're having rum shots right now. Nice rum by Muy Guapo Luis. How'd that taste? Nice?
To try it someday.
Nice. I like the caramel one. Really good. Which one was that? The pineapple one?
What do you have for us?
What, today?
This is the Presidente? Yes. Who wants a Presidente?
Oh, that looks dangerous. No. This is when the kids back off. I'm trying to get licked. I ain't trying to get licked up here.
No, this is right.
So we're actually at a rum distillery where they have like 60-year-old rum, 50-year-old rum. I don't really know what that means, but I think it means it's good rum the longer it's been fermented. So we're tasting some of these rums. I like the bottles. Kind of ironic how alcoholic bottles look so pretty. You don't think it's alcohol, I think it's some kind of licorice drink. The bar's really beautiful in here actually. Did you have the Presidente? No.
So the last part of the excursion was we went to, I forgot what the name of this beach was. I think it was called Maco's Beach. But we were able to sit at a lovely restaurant, like literally on the edge of the beach, with this kind of view. And me and Ayesha were so hungry at this point, so we were so excited. We got to the restaurant and it was a seafood restaurant, and I was just like, oh, this can't be happening, because I can't stand fish at all. And Ayesha is allergic to fish, so it was just like we had to go hungry. But he was very nice. Like Mike was very nice in trying to find alternatives. So he got rice for us and plantain and that. But the plantain was just not up to the standards that I will cook or eat plantain. It was hard. That's all I can say. Like, it wasn't that nice ripe plantain, that nice good one that makes you feel well inside. So we ended up not eating. But it was just so lovely. This excursion was very, very lovely, and I would recommend it, because you know when you go on holiday, people be like, don't go out to the resort, don't go out to the resort, it's so dangerous, it's so this and that. Like, Lidge, I'm from London. London itself is dangerous, and I go out every day to go work and come back home. So, like, depending on what country you are, but obviously, if there is an excursion or someone that's able to show you around the city without putting you in danger, I would always recommend an excursion like that, because it was just really, really nice going out of the resort and not being blindsided by what they do for tourism, to see how the local people get on with their daily tasks, the children, their education. And it was just nice talking to natives and just seeing what tourism has done for the country on one side and the disadvantages. So I would really recommend this excursion. But we were just heading back now. But I do apologize. I know this vlog wasn't like a normal vlog. It might have been a bit boring, a bit educational, but it's just something I thought I would do.